over time were fossilized. When tree bolt dug away the softer surrounding rock, the footprint is exposed. T-Rex's legs are 10 feet long. The proportions of its individual leg bones indicate how fast it could run. Like an ostrich, T-Rex had a long shin bone compared to the thigh, and long extensions to the flat of the feet. Calculations show that T-Rex could cruise at speeds of about 30 miles an hour. Its long tail was vital for balance. It provided stability in the same way a pole helps a high wire walker. Armed with its tail, T-Rex could maneuver through the forest at high speed.
I would think that an animal like this active and this large, could easily have done the 100-meter dash in 5 seconds. It was a very active, very fast animal, very alert.
But it wasn't just fast. It had eyes that could see in 3D.
Tyrannosaurus rex had enormous eyes. He had eyes about the size of this softball. And the eyes faced in the skull forward. This gave him binocular vision, like a predator. This allowed him to judge depth, to see distance, to even see color.
Like an eagle, T-Rex's eyes were designed to spot prey. Scientists now believe T-Rex was more eagle-eyed than an eagle. And to process information, T-Rex also had the largest brain of any dinosaur yet found.
We as humans have a brain nearly the size of a football, but Tyrannosaurus rex did not have all these wonderful features that we as humans have. If you take away all the storage that we have in our brain, things for memories and things that happen to us and things for calculating and wondering at the beauty of the world, Tyrannosaurus rex didn't have that.
The brain was the control center of this vicious killer's body, although its thoughts were very basic.
Tyrannosaurus rex basically thought about the same thing that a teenage boy thinks about on a Friday night. It thought about girls or the opposite sex. It thought about eating, it thought about sleeping, thought about more eating again. And for Tyrannosaurus rex, if it got angry, it would get angry immediately.
Larson's skulls show evidence of savage face biting, especially with each other, the result of battles for food or a mate. T-Rex remained undisputed heavyweight champion of the world for nearly a century. But then, another brute with big teeth, a big appetite, and a bad attitude was found in Africa to challenge for its crown. There are few more inhospitable places to go dinosaur hunting than in the deserts of North Africa, where temperatures soar to 125 degrees Fahrenheit and more. But intrepid German paleontologists working in Egypt unearthed fragments of a giant meat-eater with massive shark-like teeth. They named it Carcharodontosaurus saharicus, shark-toothed reptile of the Sahara. But its remains were destroyed in the Second World War. After the war, French explorer René Lavocar spent months wandering alone in the inhospitable wastes of the Moroccan Sahara. He too found shark-like teeth. In 1995, Chicago paleontologist Paul Sereno led another expedition into the heart of the Moroccan Sahara. He had little to go on other than Lavocar's now cold trail, and that the fragments had been found in rocks about 100 million years old. After 2 torturous months of searing heat, searching rock surfaces that tore their boots to shreds, their efforts seemed fruitless.
Yep.
Then, with only 2 days of the expedition left, Sereno hit pay dirt.
It was totally unpredictable. I saw an area of outcrop. I walked towards it. And I walked over and I saw in front of me a pile of bones, fragments. I picked this thing up, looked at the upside down side, and my eyes popped out of my head. Here we had the back end of a theropod skull, beautifully preserved.
He went back to see if the bones might have fallen from higher on the sheer cliff.
I circled around again, and that's when I looked up, and I saw on the pillar of rock the rest of the brain case and the skull going into the side of this cliff. And it was a sheer cliff, and it was sort of like a little statue sitting up there. And again, this was too much. I mean,
Sure that it holds the lip. Look at this. Have you guys seen the teeth? This is incredible. 1, 2, 3. There's a replacing tooth here. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We got the whole jaw.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Sereno had found a skull 5.5 feet long
1, 2, 3.
with 6-inch shark-like teeth. Back home in Chicago, Sereno slowly pieced together a skull even larger than the champ's T-Rex. Sereno introduced a stockier, slower, heavier animal. A bruiser with a wrestler-like neck and a narrow skull. A brain half the volume of T-Rex's and quite different teeth. While T-Rex chomped with round, puncturing teeth, its African rival used its sharp, slicing teeth to bite, rip, and tear. Africa's shark-tooth killer was about to be outclassed by an even stronger shark-tooth challenger from South America. T-Rex was about to meet its match in Argentina. The ultimate challenger to T-Rex was trained in the vastness of Patagonia and was named Giganotosaurus, the giant reptile of the South. It comes from the same stable of fighters as its sparring partner, the shark-tooth killer from Africa. 150 million years ago, South America and Africa were still joined, and the ancestors of the two heavyweights were free to roam across the continents. Scientists had believed that South America split off from Africa about 130 million years ago. But these two shark-tooth challengers, both 95 million years old, were so closely related that scientists now believe that Africa and South America could only have split apart at about that time. At the Carmen Funes Museum,